going to be able to benefit from this. We are going to be discussing how to day trade with options or without options, doesn't matter, moving averages, specifically the 9 EMA. 9 EMA, 20 SMA, your shorter term moving averages are pure gold. And I'm going to discuss something on the charts. So I'm going to whip into my charts, hang tight here. Let me share my screen. There, I'm getting faster with that now. So now that we're into the charts here, first, we're going to discuss Qs. So Qs, my first entry was, it was a very quick entry. It was a very quick trade. Market opens up, pops straight up into the previous close that is also backed by the 9 EMA and the 5 EMA. So it's not necessarily just the previous close. When you have multiple layers of support or resistance, and then it's also backed by those moving averages, it becomes like a brick wall. You cannot penetrate that. You will get some sort of a reaction there. We don't know how big the reaction is. Don't make that mistake. But the reaction will be there. So it's important that once you get the reaction, you pay yourself on the way down. Now, we ended up having some really nice follow through. Pops up, pulls back almost all the way down into another layer of support. And I believe it came into, yeah, it was right into some other, like there's a volume area right in this area. We got the open, we got the previous close, we got lows here. It's all right in that area. So it's a really important area, but right here, that happened fast, but the trade was there. So I locked in $2,585 on that. Now, okay, that was the long. Let's go to the short first. Okay, so on SPY here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit further. Hang tight. So on SPY here, no, let me go to the long first. Sorry, guys. So the long on this, we had a level. And this level, so remember, now follow along, Qs comes up and hits its head into the 9 EMA, 5 EMA previous close, that brick wall. It will then sell off. Now, although we're looking at Qs, SPY is the exact same thing as well, okay? These are both markets that will follow along together. So even though we are now going to trade SPY, Qs was the first initial trade. So I know it can get a little confusing there. Don't overthink it. Qs comes up and tests those moving averages. It sells off. That is also going to sell off SPY. SPY's first moving average on the way down is this 20 SMA. It's getting into a range. It's getting locked into a range of the 20 SMA, and the 9 EMA is there as well. So then from that 20 SMA, I go long. I'm looking to get it back up into the 9 EMA. Okay, you see the kind of chain of events there? Execute the long into the 20 right there. That's my execution. My top sell is into the 9 EMA right there. That's where it's coming into, okay? So now I also know I will get a reaction. So again, from the 20 SMA long up to the 9 EMA as target. That is the long. Now, and I locked in $2,660 on that. Now let's go to the SPY short. The SPY short on this is from that 9 EMA. So took the long from the 20 into the 9. Now I know I can get a reaction from the 9 back down. You understand? You want to trade that ricochet, that rebound. It's going to test and retest, and it's going to get locked in until it finally breaks out or breaks down. And you can always take advantage of that. So on that trade now, the trade short on SPY, I locked in $3,125. So locking in about $8,000 just trading moving averages, little bits and pieces. These are not massive trades, guys. They're not massive trades, but they are high odd success trades backed by your support and resistance levels alongside your moving averages. That's super important. So on that, it's important to understand how to execute. So I got asked by a member, and before we wrap this up, I think it's important to tell you guys how to now enter into that. So when you're entering into this, a member had asked, And this member kind of struggles with executions and understanding the concept of just taking it into the level. What he asked was, he asked, well, did you take SPY short into the 9 EMA because you saw it rolling over? No, I'm not waiting for that. I trust my support and resistance levels. I trust those moving averages. I've seen this shit happen for the last decade. I know I can get that initial reaction. So I'm not waiting for it to show me a sign of rolling over. I want to take advantage of that premium push, because I trade options, into that level, okay? Into the level. I will always get it into the level, because if I hesitate and it starts to roll back that little bit, I'm gonna get a horrible entry. I want the best entry possible. And that's why you'll generally see, but my entries are at the tops of those candles and at the bottoms of those candles, because I'm entering or paying myself into support or resistance. So don't wait for it to roll over. Enough with confirmation. Trust what you're seeing, trust the technicals, execute into those levels, and you will crush it. So on that note, folks, if you want to learn how to trade professionally and consistently, come to tricktrades.com and we will check you on the next one, guys. Adios.